WDTN, the station that's working for you. This is 2 News Now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome in or even welcome back to 2 News Now as we continue today with our special series of live shows. We're doing live coverage of this weekend winter weather. We started at 9 a.m. You guys, we're doing live hits every hour on the hour today until we get to around 7 o'clock, hopefully wrapping this thing up. And we are keeping you guys weather alert. I'm your host, Alexis Bellamy. Across from me is Lauren Wood. Lauren, good afternoon to you.
Hey there. It's great to be here. My first time ever joining you on 2 News Now.
And isn't it remarkable?
It is a historic day. I am just blown away by these records that we've broken today and
record-breaking day,
just
exactly.
what it even looks like outside.
A shocker. It is a winter storm warning in effect. It really truly looks like one outside. It looks like a whole winter storm in the Miami Valley. It'll be in place until noon on Monday, you guys. That's what the experts are saying. And of course, we'll keep you posted should that change. Make sure to stay with 2 News Now as we provide you those updates as we make our way through the day. Right now, we're going to get a look at conditions. We've been covering them all morning. Want to know if things have even gotten worse. Probably more likely since we last checked in with our meteorologist around 30 minutes ago. Around 1 o'clock was the last time we saw him. So Storm Team 2 meteorologist Steve Norris, you actually went outside and got in the elements yourself a little bit ago, Steve.
I took a measurement a little over a foot now outside our studios here in Moraine. And you know that record we've been talking about there at the International Airport, that number is now jumped from 15 inches to 16 inches now.
Oh.
That is the new record high, not only for today. The record for today was 5 inches. We smashed that by a factor of 3. But it's also the all-time record high from that blizzard back in 1978. We got 12.2 inches then. And so far today, 16 inches, and it's still snowing. Winter storm warning in effect for everybody, as Alexis mentioned a moment ago, and that runs until noon Monday. Things are going to be rough. The snow is going to end around 7 o'clock tonight, but it's going to be rough road-wise and lots of different ways through the day on Monday. Here's a look at Live Doppler 2 HD. It's generally light snow. There's a little pocket of some heavier snow across the eastern Miami Valley. We're talking about from Springfield down to Xenia to Wilmington, the National Weather Service there. But I do want to show you this. For the first time all day, we are beginning to see a little hole in the precipitation. So Greenville, Salina, you're probably not getting a single flake of snow now. But that's not to let your guard down just yet, because we still have some snow just off to the west. You can see that around Indianapolis. That snow extends over to Effingham, Illinois, Champaign. But I can show you the back edge, and it's right here, very near Springfield, Missouri, just to the east of Springfield, also around Paducah, Kentucky. That is the dead last part of this massive winter storm that has been with us since early last evening. Here's Future Track, and it's doing a great job. It's showing those holes in the precipitation, a few lulls out there, but it's also showing that end to the precipitation, the snowfall by 7 o'clock, and there you see it. It's all gone by that time, so that certainly looks good. Let's just talk about the storm totals. I think the forecast was right on the mark. Many people over a foot now, and now, as I mentioned, at the International Airport, 16 inches of snow, just a little bit lighter amounts off to the northwest. But when I come back, guys, we'll take a look at some specific totals from around the Miami Valley in just a few minutes.
And Steve, when we do catch back with you in a little bit, we're going to talk about exactly how those snow inches are impacting people at the airport. But first, let's just talk about the commute in general. Look who is here with us today.
Jackie.
There's 2 News anchor Jack Pohl. Jack, tell us, and he's here to just tell us what he saw on his way in. We're seeing him a little bit, this is around the time we usually see you, Jack. What did you see
this
up
is
there?
right around the time, and I'll tell you what's a lot different than when I usually come into
Isn't
work.
it?
But it is awful. I mean, it is as bad as I've ever seen it.
Right.
I can't imagine not having a 4-wheel drive and trying to get out on the roads or out of a neighborhood. And you could see in a lot of parking lots or even by the side of the roads,
Right.
even the major roads, the big piles of snow that have already been removed, and yet you cannot see the roads because there's still that much snow on them. So it was extremely dangerous. Usually takes me, 20 minutes to get here, 20 to 22 minutes on average. Took me almost an hour to get here since
Wow.
being picked up. So traffic is very slow. There's no one on the roads, and we need to keep it that
Yeah,
way.
that's
So
great.
if you're thinking, hey, let's get out on, we need to run here, there, or wherever, I would say, no, that is a bad idea. You don't want to get stuck, and
Nope.
it's just miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack, just before you go there, we've been talking about the salt is not doing any good. It's considered mostly useless once the temperature gets down between 10 and 15 degrees. And of course, we've been kind of around 10 all day. So that's why the roads are not in good shape, not only because of the very, very heavy snowfall, but the salt is simply ineffective.
Yeah, and Steve, what I saw just out on the roads now, we were on 675 for a short bit from 725 to 75, and we did see one ODOT truck working there. But you're right. We were right behind him, actually, a good distance behind him, but he was scraping snow. But at the same time, it was just there was still plenty on the road there.
Absolutely. And it's going to be that way for days. I mean, the temperature is not going to go up. In fact, it'll go down over the next few days.
And you know what?
I smell chilly, so I'm out.
If this winter weather is what it took to see Jack here on 2 News Now making his debut, then we are so happy to have had him. Thank you, Jack. Okay, so we've got to look at what is going on here at home, what the roads are like, those conditions, that record-breaking weather event that we've been talking about. So it's happening here at home. It's also happening in multiple other places across the nation today. Right now, we've been talking about it all morning, and Lauren does a really good job of breaking this down for us further. Around 190 million people currently, you guys, that's more than half of the U.S., are under that winter weather alert. And that's 37 different states that are impacted and feeling this, guys. That's everyone from the Rockies all the way up to New England. Whew, even looking at the snow here, heavy, Lauren.
I know flights are being impacted across the nation as well. That's been something that we've been following. Power outages, that's been another major issue. Luckily, we have been able to avoid that. Thankfully, the snow here is light and fluffy. So we haven't had nearly the issues that they're seeing down south with the ice. Here you're looking at Dayton International Airport. You can tell nobody's getting in and out of here. Just about everything is either canceled or delayed. Not a good day to fly. Not a good day, as you just heard from Jack, to drive. You really do want to just stay home if you can at all.
Yeah, no one will judge you. And something else that we've been saying is, one, no one will judge you for not getting on the roads. And it's not a competition to, don't feel like, I've lived in Ohio, I've been a Dayton resident forever, I'm familiar with the snow. Let these guys, the snow plows, do their work out there. And we're actually, while we're showing this video, we're going to talk about a big question that a lot of residents have, which is, when will my road be cleared? So breaking it down just a bit, ODOT is actually responsible for the interstates along with the U.S. and state routes outside of municipalities. So cities and villages are in charge of those U.S. and state routes along with local roads inside of their limits, in case you guys were wondering. Now, counties and townships are prioritizing those local roads for us. So that's something that we are really paying attention to here, Lauren.
And we want to make sure that we mention who is under a level 3 snow emergency. I think that's one of the most important things right now, because there are some counties where you should not be on the roads at all. So if you are in Clark County, Champaign County, or Mercer County, you are under a level 3 snow emergency. And that means you could face legal action if you are caught out on the roads and you're not an emergency worker. So you definitely don't want to find yourself in that situation. It makes it more difficult for the plows to get their jobs done. It makes it difficult in case you get in an accident. You could be blocking emergency vehicles. We saw a video earlier today of an ambulance that was actually caught in the snow. So we need those plows to get through so those emergency workers can be out on the roads if they have to.
And we're going to give you guys a refresher of what those different levels mean in case you do have to get outside. So listen to this, just a breakdown. You can apply that to those counties that are under the corresponding advisories here. A level 1 advisory means drivers are asked to use caution when they get on the roads. And a level 2, only those who deem it absolutely necessary should be getting behind the wheel today. And that's a good time to contact your employer to see if you should even be going to work today if you don't have to. And finally, the most serious of all, we know a few of our areas are under this, a level 3. That means the streets are closed entirely to all non-emergency personnel, and those traveling actually may end up facing some legal consequences if they are found. So that is a really big deal here. And speaking of exactly what's happening on the road, we're going to turn our eyes here to another local area and how they're dealing with these conditions outside. We're joined by Clark County Sheriff Christopher Clark. We know that they are dealing with their own level advisory for this morning. Sheriff Clark, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being on. Tell us a little bit about the advisory that you guys are under and what you are expecting, what you'd like to see from your residents, how they can stay safe and continue to be prepared for this.
So we started monitoring this storm system very closely last night when it started and went to a level 1 kind of early. This morning around 6 o'clock, we moved it to level 2 with a rapid progression of the snow that came down, the rapid rate. 11:30, we made the decision to go to a level 3. And the big push behind that was basically there's a lot of non-four-wheel drive vehicles that are out there that were just struggling. Speaking with our county engineer and a lot of the townships that are out trying to get these roadways open, we were finding out they just weren't able to keep up with the rate that was coming down. They would get one lane opened up. By the time they got back to open it up again, they would just be snowed back in. So they weren't really making any headway. So the people who were out on the roadway, they were getting stuck. So we made the decision just to let's go to level 3. Let's get everybody off the roadway. Give the emergency workers and the salt trucks the room they need to work to get everything cleared. Make sure everybody's safe.
So what happens if somebody does go out while you guys are under a level 3? Are they getting a citation? What is the consequence there?
So that is a possibility, yeah. And I'm going to make it clear that we're not out to stop everybody who's out on the roadway. We understand there are people who need to get back and forth to work. There's medical workers. There's things that need to happen. But if you're out just sightseeing, that sort of thing, you could face the citation for driving on a closed roadway if you're out under a level 3 snow emergency.
What's it going to take to bring that back down to a level 2 for you guys?
So we're working real close with our county engineers and the townships, and what we want to see in order to bring it back down to a 2 is basically get the roadways somewhat opened up to where it's manageable, where they can keep up with it and we can allow traffic to move. Because right now we're going through some pretty heavy snowdrift, especially in the secondary roads in the rural areas. And if you're not in a big four-wheel drive vehicle, the odds of you making it through those roadways are pretty slim. So a lot of the roadways across Clark County right now are impassable. So we just want to give the workers some space and give them the opportunity to get those roads open back up before we go back down to a level 2.
All right, perfect, Sheriff. Before we go, we'll just ask you to tell us one more time the most important thing that drivers can do today as you guys are dealing with this level 3, which not a lot of areas are under right now. What can residents do? The most important.
Well, right now, the biggest thing that you can do is just stay home where you're safe and warm. But if you absolutely have to go out, give yourself a lot of time. Take it slow. If you think you can make it at 20 miles an hour, go 10. Just give yourself an abundance of time to get where you need to go and just be extremely careful. But the biggest recommendation we could have is let's just stay home today and be safe.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Sheriff Clark. Hope you guys are being safe out there. And
thank you for having me.
Let's turn and look at exactly what those conditions are like, talking about if you don't have to go outside, don't. Today is the best day to stay home. So he was just sitting across from us. We put him back outside again. So Storm Team 2 meteorologist Cameron Saliga is back to trekking around outside.
The Cam man.
He actually said that he got a workout in with some of this. Yeah. So
how's it going, Cameron?
He's shedding a few pounds out there.
Well, now I got my workout in. Now I'm relaxing at the Dixie Dairy Dream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
I see how it works.
Dixie Dairy Dream is closed
Oh,
today.
darn
so
it.
sorry.
If you wanted them
There
here
goes that Sunday.
today, but it is quite peaceful outside. It's not too windy right now. It's not feeling too bad. It's a little bit on the cold side, but you can deal with it, I would say. But here, as we look outside, there's about a foot and a half on the ground with the snowdrifts here in the Miami Valley. I'm going to show you around here. And you know what the good news is also is that we don't have ice or anything that's really accumulating on these power lines, so we're not getting any problems, potential power outage problems from the power lines, falling or the trees falling onto them. So that's some of the good news here. Obviously, the Dixie Dairy Dream, I don't know if you can see there, but the sign says that it's closed here today. I'm on the bench right now, which is almost all the way up to the seats. So you can definitely see.
That is amazing. Yeah. Good perspective.
Your tripod is almost,
We're gonna have to look up some snow ice cream recipes for you, Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of these look really good, but sadly they're closed. Maybe
I'll have some caramel sauce in mine.
And something interesting, Cameron, I said this to you before you left, but I will say it again because I'm sure there's someone at home who agrees with me. But I feel like, now Lauren and Steve, please correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you seeking out a frozen dessert in this weather is worrisome. No?
No, it is.
No one should
You've
be
got a
eating
point. Yeah.
Frozen things, like it's
My
already
whole
freezing.
crew, that was what they wanted.
He just needs syrup. You know how you can make like slushies and stuff out of snow, right? You just need some flavoring. That's all.
That's
just not
I
the
just
yellow
wanted to
snow.
share that with you, that I was concerned about your well-being for being outside
We care about you,
in
Cameron.
this freezing weather and also wanting something freezing to go inside of your body when most of us are trying to warm up.
It's not for right now. It's for later because I'm staying at a hotel here tonight. Not making it home.
Yeah.
So I was hoping to get some ice cream. I think there's some in the studio though.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you'll be in luck. Thank you, Cameron, for being out there and playing in the snow with us. For us, rather. We're going to turn now and come back inside, which is where I'm sure Cameron wants to be, and rejoin Storm Team 2 meteorologist Steve Norris for an update. We've been talking record-breaking numbers, record-breaking temperatures. We just want to know, when is it going to go, Steve? I mean, we're in it right now. We're in the thick of it. Is that easy enough to say?
Yeah, it's there's actually starting to be pockets where there's no snow at all. It's been widespread, right, all day, and it's been heavy all day, but that's pretty typical when you start to get toward the end of it. So I think it'll be out of here by around 7 o'clock. But we set a new record, an all-time record at Dayton International Airport. That was at 11 o'clock this morning, and it's still been up ever since. In fact, the latest reading from the International Airport is 16 inches of snow. That surpasses the old all-time record set back in the Great Blizzard of 1978, 12.2 inches. So that 16 inches, that's more than 3 inches, about 3.8 inches above the record. And we're not done, right? We've still got more snow to come. Inglewood, 10.5 inches. Kettering, 13.3 inches. Vandalia, 12.3 inches. A few other readings here. Riverside checking in at 12. Our studios just outside, 12.2. Beaver Creek at 11. Downtown Dayton, a bit more than that. Trotwood at 12 inches, a foot of snow. Same deal in Miamisburg. There's another report from Kettering at 9.5. That was probably an earlier report. And Enid, probably an earlier report there at 9.1. But wow, what a day it has been. And we're not done just yet, but we can see the end. It's inside.
Okay, so it's on the horizon, Steve. What are you anticipating as we get closer to what I'm sure a lot of people are hoping truly is the end for?
Yeah, it's just going to be cold right now. The temperatures are going to plunge. I mean, it's cold out there already. It's 10. But we're talking about overnight lows that are going to be below zero. Not just wind chills, actual air temperatures. We're going to get as cold as 9, maybe 10 below zero over the next few nights. So this snow is not going anywhere. It's going to stay where it is. The plows will plow as best they can, but the salt's not going to do its job. It just won't work.
Oh, and we are worried about kind of blowing and drifting snow as well. That's going to be a concern.
All righty. Steve, thank you so much for that. We'll check back in with you. We'll see you again in just 30 minutes, keeping these updates on the hour, every hour coming to you guys. We're going to close things out now with a live look at other parts of the Miami Valley that are dealing with this. We've showed you downtown. We've showed you parts of Moraine, even in Kettering. Let's take things over to Centerville now. We actually have a resident. Emily Hammond is joining us from Centerville to show us some of the conditions there and what she's seen. And she's so bundled up and cozy, isn't she? I love your fur hood, Emily.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you really have to be bundled up out here today. The snow is definitely still coming down over here in Centerville.
Yeah, well, show us what you're seeing. How long have you been outside?
I've been outside for maybe 15 minutes now. So I'm over at the pond by Costco and Cooper's Hawk, and it's looking pretty deserted over here.
As it should.
You can't really see any of the stairs. I was sitting over on this bench, and you can't even see the ground where I was sitting. Snow's almost up to the top of the bench, really, and it's looking, I don't know if you can see too far that way, but this parking lot is pretty much always packed, and it's just completely empty today, so it definitely seems like people are heeding advice and staying off the roads over here in Centerville.
How are crews doing getting those parking lots plowed?
Yeah, if that one is still covered in snow.
Yeah, so last night around midnight, I heard them going, and then it seems like they've done a pretty good job. They've got some pretty massive snowbanks over there, but like walking paths and all that sort of stuff, I can imagine that it's been pretty hard to keep up with.
And Emily, I'm looking at the shot when you turned around. I can't even see the steps that we usually would climb just so easily. Yeah. We can't even, I don't even see where they would be.
I could get up these.
I'm not even going to dare you to do that. Because I can't even imagine. Yeah,
doing a good job with these.
Is that a plow there, or is that just a car coming?
Truck, but there's been like some bobcats out here kind of clearing the way that I've seen from time to time. It seems like maybe they're taking a break. But yeah, they've definitely been working hard. But if you're looking to take a nice stroll around the pond, I would be pulled off for a couple days.
Oh yeah.
Now, are the stores like Costco and Kroger open?
I'm not even sure, honestly. I think it would be crazy if their employees were even able to get up here. But yeah, that would. I don't see really anything in the parking lots this way, but I don't have a good vantage point to Costco and Kroger parking lots.
Now, Emily, that pond behind behind the apartments there, what is it looking like? Usually you can see where the fountain is shooting up and there's some water. I know you're trying to get over there slowly but surely.
I'm like, you can see it's really above my snow boots.
Wow.
So we're definitely over a foot in this area.
Yeah, see where that pond is. Yeah, you can't even tell that this is water right there. It's supposed to be.
You would just think this is like some big open meadow. But yeah, you can kind of almost see the water starting to poke through. When I first woke up this morning, you couldn't see any of that at all, which is crazy. I mean, here's just another bench that's like, the snow is almost
it's almost level with that bench. You may not be able to see it by the time all of this wraps up, but Emily, thank you so much for coming out of your lovely apartment and showing us this. We will let you go back and get warm now. Thank you so much.
Stay warm, you guys. It's crazy out here.
It truly is. We will. Thanks again, Emily. We'll see you later. Alrighty. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to wrap things up. We're going to show you, where are we looking at? Is this Troy again?
The traffic circle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People, I'm just looking at the cars that are going to try and make this this roundabout. We got a little bit of a skid. This is why.
Easy,
my gosh.
Give
this
us
is
some gas.
exactly what we're talking about.
I feel like this might be intentional.
You think so? I'm looking at his little car there, too.
Right now.
Alrighty. Our director says he did that on purpose, showing out. Yep, and he made it through just fine. Yep, a little bit.
We're just gonna sit and watch the
we can really do that today. But okay, that does it for us for this hit at 2:00. Make sure you're checking back with us again. We're staying on these conditions on this weekend, winter weather on the hour, every hour until around 7:00. So we'll see you guys back here at 3.